So right now, UP is facing some player eligibility issues wherein Chris Ball was not allowed to play against Ateneo. Siyempre, alam ni Jen kung bakit nangyari yun.
I think he's missing his ACR, yung Alien Certificate of Registration. Tapos, kailangan yun sa immigration yata. Question ko lang is, bakit hindi ng UP naayos yung papers niya?
Kasi, unang-una, dapat first round yung deadline niya.
Exactly.
Submit.
By the end of the first round,
Right,
dapat
by the end of the first round.
And they had to ask pa for an extension, which was denied. So they really hadn't, put those papers together yet.
And so the issue raw here is kung pinagbawalan si Chris Ball, their only win against UE in where Chris Ball played, tatanggalin ng league.
Kawawa naman.
Right. So why hasn't this been resolved kaya? Adrian, like why?
Yeah, I think it's weird lang kasi like last year they had Alinko Emba. He's not Phil-Am obviously, but there were requirements also that they had to submit and they kind of cut it close. So this year, knowing what they knew last year, and since Chris Ball's been there for about, I think it's his second year with the UP system, why couldn't they have prepared it earlier? What were the problems that came up?
They should have known already the requirements.
Right.
I mean, it's a waste of their win. I mean, come on.
Siyempre,
Pinaghirapan siya.
Sa kanilang team ko lang naririnig na nangyari. I mean, from Ateneo na
Greg Slaughter is a film
papers
no
ng players
problem.
nila.
Norbert Torres,
Norbert,
no
fixed it.
Diba?
So they should have done a better job of fixing those papers para hindi na sila wala nang panalo.
Well, Trina, as a Phil-Am yourself, and you played rin in the UAAP
Yes.
before, diba? Parang did you have to go through the same process?
I didn't have to because I already have I was born in the Philippines, so I already have a passport. The thing is, what UP could have done to prevent all this trouble is maybe he should have gotten a Filipino passport. Kasi Filipino naman siya eh, diba? Mommy niya is a sister of Bong Hawkins. So he could have gotten that and he didn't need to get an ACR, he didn't need to go through all this trouble. Kasi yun yung ginawa ko. I mean, it's easy. You don't need to have anything done.
For the record, like we're speculating because the reason why everyone's speculating is because walang lumalabas daw sa UP. Like they haven't said anything.
But we have our inside man.
Oh. Or
No,
said anything officially or otherwise na parang this is aside from like this is what we're trying to do, we're trying to set a meeting. Pero yung mga dahilan kung bakit kaya nangyayari to.
Maybe they haven't figured out like who should be the person in charge or the one should be in trouble and they don't want to make turo tapos biglang hindi pala siya, diba? So I mean maybe it's their responsibility also to keep hush muna and then take it in and then see who's really accountable before they actually blame.
Although you'd have to figure that in every school, given how many times that these schools nowadays they have Phil-Ams, Phil-Canadians, people of
Total foreigners,
total
diba?
foreigners. There has to be someone in each school that's sole job is to make sure that
tama.
he's eligible because if not, that's a waste of games.
Moving forward, do you think, okay, since they already held out Chris Ball against Ateneo and dumikit naman sila until the end, does that, you take that as a sign ba na UP can survive or can still win again without Chris Ball? Jen, what do you
I'm
think?
sure they can win as long as they play together, hindi silang kakanya-kanyahan. And they just need to utilize what they really are strong. Tapos sabi nga nung mga tao, lahat ng games ng UP, dikit. They could have won it yung mga previous games nila.
They could have won this game against Ateneo.
Exactly. Tapos lamang pa sila in the first half or up to the third quarter. Tapos and yun na nga. So they just have to do a better job closing out games and playing together.
For me, I think that they just have to keep the intensity up. They have to keep the team intact in terms of kasi if something happens like this, you lose a player that you've had for the whole entire season, it might turn into a downward spiral, and that's not what you want.
It's as good as an injury, di ba? Parang
exactly,
wala
somebody out,
So someone needs to step up.
Yeah, someone needs to step up and just say that this is it. This is the last season. We're all in it together. So step it up and parang give everything that you have. Chris Ball or not.
Speaking of
Chris Ball.
stepping up, I think that guy was Raul Soyod last game against Ateneo. They basically have similar games. Like they're big men, but they
have range.
They favor jump shots. And they do a pretty good job of like blocking out the other guy when it comes to rebounds. So there is a guy there who can fill that void, but can he continue to do that with the same intensity? We don't know.
Right, so sana naman na sayang yung season like you're held out just because of a piece of paper. Sana the UAAP board reconsider, sana maayos na yan lahat. We're really looking forward to seeing Chris Ball back in action and the entire UP team as a whole. Yeah.